In this video, we're going to be talking about coaches that will and won't get fired, ACC Edition. Earlier, I just done the SEC. Next, Previously, I also did Big Ten a few days ago. We're going to do ACC. The same thing applies for each team and stuff like that, and we go from there. So we're going to start with Virginia. Tony Elliott. He's not getting fired because he's got Virginia going into the right direction. They're 8-2. And it's took him 3 years to finally get Virginia together, get them rolling, stuff like that. Virginia believed in him, and they gave him a chance to give him time to build the program he wants, and it looks like it's working out. They're potentially contending for the ACC title, and they could potentially make the playoffs, which that's pretty impressive for a program like Virginia, who's been down in the last few years. I don't see Tony Elliott getting fired. Next program, Georgia Tech, Brent Key. Brent Key's not getting fired. I could see another program trying to hire Brent Key for a bigger program, like an LSU, Penn State, something like that. He has turned Georgia Tech around. Georgia Tech's a good football team again. For now, they are. Let's hope he can continue doing that if he don't take another big program job. I like what he's done with Georgia Tech. They're 8-2. They could put not 8-2. I'm sorry, 8-1, and they could potentially play for the ACC title and make the playoffs. But they do got a couple rough games, like your Pitt and your Georgia. They're gonna beat Boston College. That game don't mean nothing. Boston College is dog water. I'm confirming that, which everybody knows that. So Brent Key's not getting fired. The next programming coach, Pat Narduzzi. Yes, Pat Narduzzi's kind of a loudmouth. Yes, they were 3-9 2 seasons ago, and they started off 7-0 last year and lost 6 in a row. They look like a good team, but can they keep it up despite the 3 straight big games: Notre Dame, Georgia Tech, and Miami? I mean, Pitt could potentially beat one of them. I don't know who it'd be, or could lose all 3. So I don't think Pitt's a playoff team. I could be wrong. I don't mind being wrong or proven wrong, because nobody's always correct or perfect. Pitt could make the playoffs, but I'm not fully buying into it. But Pat Narduzzi, I don't see him getting fired. Next program and coach, SMU, Rhett Lashlee. Rhett Lashley's done wonders at SMU. They're back to being a good program again, especially since being back at the power level, now Power 4. And he extended his contract with SMU. They made the playoffs last year and played in the ACC title. And he's not going anywhere. He's not getting fired. Rhett Lashley's a really good coach. I mean, he's been rumored for other jobs, but he extended his contract, so that's not going to happen. The next program is Manny Diaz at Duke. They're not going to fire Manny Diaz. This is his second year. They had a 9-win season last year. They could probably win 8 games this year and probably have another 9-win season, winning their bowl game. But Duke's not a bad program, even though they're tied for, first place in the ACC? Some bullshit like that. The ACC's a joke. But bigger programs could come after Manny Diaz. Like Penn State, I see him being a fit there, but we'll have to see and go from there. I don't see Manny Diaz getting fired. I do see another program trying to lure him from Duke. Next coach, Mario Cristobal at Miami. He's not getting fired this year. I don't think so. Even though despite the stupid losses they've had in the last couple of years, they lost to both Louisville and SMU, which Louisville's a really good team. SMU's not bad. But they're allergic to November. They're scared of November. They can't win in November. They just do great September, October, August. November, Miami's dog water. Miami's afraid of November. if Miami don't make the playoffs this year, which I don't think they are, I think he's on the hot seat next year, Mario Cristobal. If Miami don't make the playoffs next year, I think Mario Cristobal will be out the door at Miami. But I just wish Miami would stop talking about their 5 rings, what they did from 1983 to 2002. What y'all did was so 23 years ago. Y'all have done nothing since. Y'all haven't played in a conference title since 2003. We're tired of hearing about you. We're tired about your bragging, your braggadociousness, your 5 rings, your Ed Reed, this and that and the other. We're tired of hearing it. Until you do something this year, next year, so on and so forth, we'll take you serious, Miami. We'll take you serious. But Mario Cristobal's not getting fired right now. Maybe next year if they don't make the playoffs. The next team, Virginia Tech, they don't have a coach yet, so we can't say. Same with Stanford. They don't have a coach right now. Dave Dorn at NC State, I think he could get fired this year. If NC State only wins, 6 games? Yes, they got that good win over Georgia Tech, but NC State's not really a good team. But if they miss out on a bowl game or win less than 7 or 8 games, I think Dave Dorn's going to be fired. I mean, they might be lucky to win 1 game and get to a bowl game, which I don't know if that's acceptable at NC State, which I don't think that's enough. If they don't win more games, I think Dave Dorn's out the door at NC State. And Dave Dorn's on the hot seat. I know nobody's talking about it. Some people are. So I think he could get fired. Cal Wilcox, maybe. He might get fired, even though they're 6-3. But they always only seem to win 6 games or less. I know Cal does not care about football. I'm sure they're going to be pressured to possibly fire Justin Wilcox. We'll see, unless their standard is just 6 games and that's it, and get to a bowl game and hope for the best. So he might get fired this year. He may not. It's hard to say. And the next program is Clemson Dabo Swinney. It's a 50-50 situation. He might get fired this year. He may not. Yes, Clemson is not a good team. They're 4-6, I think. And Dabo does not want to adapt to the changes of college football in the last 5 years. He don't want to adapt to the portal. He hates NIL. I understand how he feels. He has the right to feel that way, but he needs to adapt if he wants to continue the success of Clemson. I think what the Clemson AD should do is force him to adapt to the portal, or he's fired next year. That's what I think Clemson should do. I think next year he could be on the hot seat if Clemson don't make the ACC title. I mean, I don't think he'll get fired this year, but there's a possibility he will. But it's a big buyout. LSU right now is going through a situation with Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly might sue LSU. What if Clemson does something like that? You never know. But back to the video when I was changing subjects. Florida State, Mike Norvell, yes, I think he probably will get fired. They're sitting at 3-5 or something. I can't keep up with Florida State. So I don't see Florida State making a bowl game. What's the point of keeping Mike Norvell if you don't make a bowl game or do better? Yeah, you're going to be a few games better. It's better than 2-10, but for a program like Florida State, the expectations are high. You're not going to last long. Yeah, I heard he's got $100-some million buyout plus the coaches. It's going to be expensive to fire him. That's what I've heard. I don't know. I don't know if they have the money to fire Mike Norvell. We'll just have to see and go from there. But I think he's going to get fired. It's not an if, it's a when. Kind of the same with Dabo. North Carolina, Bill Belichick. I don't think he'll get fired this year. I think he might get fired next year. Because the Belichick experiment's not working out. Yeah, they won 2 games in a row. That don't mean nothing. He's never had any experience in college football. I don't know if he's known what he's doing. He just lost a recruit to West Virginia. Is he that good of a recruiter in college football? He should be doing he should respond well to losing recruits. This ain't the NFL. This is college football. You're dealing with kids 18 through 24. So you need to adapt, Bill Belichick. You're dealing with kids 18 through 24 or 17 or 16. So he'll probably just use the portal to get the players like he's Dion at Colorado. He'll use the portal, ignore recruiting. That's what I think Belichick's the type that he's going to do. If he can't seem to recruit the players he wants, he's going to use the portal like he's Dion at Colorado. Has that worked out? No. You got to recruit and use the portal. You got to have a good balance of both. I think next year, later on, I think Bill Belichick will get fired. Next program, Syracuse, Fran Brown, no. Yes, Syracuse is not having a good year right now. They had a great year last year, won 10 games. I think he'll have Syracuse having success in the future. I don't think he's going to get fired this year. Yes, this year has been bad. They're not going to a bowl game. I think next year Syracuse will bounce back. I think he's got great potential to be the next successful head coach that bigger programs could come after. A coach like Fran Brown. He's a great recruiter. He's well respected. And he's done very well at Georgia with running backs and stuff. He's a well-respected name and a respected recruiter. So he's not getting fired this year. I say if you have Syracuse rolling in the next few years, bigger programs are going to come after Fran Brown. So the next team and program, Boston College, Bill O'Brien, yes, I think he's going to get fired. They're 1-8 or 1-9. I don't see why Boston College would stick with Bill O'Brien, which I think I know why, because they barely pay attention to football. I think the university doesn't know they have a football program like your Cal and Stanford or your Wake Forest sometimes. Well, at least Wake Forest kind of cares about football, but Cal and Stanford and Boston College don't. I mean, I know there's people in the New England area that care about football, but do they care about Boston College? Or is it just some university that in but has a high school football team? So I think Bill O'Brien could get fired this year. They're 1-9. Why stick with him? So I do see him getting fired. They'll probably do it anyway because they're going to be pressured, even though Boston College don't care about football or sports in general. So that's all I got to say. This is my video. Like, subscribe, comment, and share, and all that stuff. And I got videos coming in the future, and I'll see you later.